and 5 months ago, our son Anthony woke up one morning and he couldn't walk. And he had a lot of issues. He was crying all night. He finally fell asleep, and then when he woke up, he took a step off the couch and fell completely to the floor. We were in the emergency room all day, and they came back with test results saying that he was positive for acute lymphoma leukemia.
It was the day of a huge blizzard that was coming down on the Northeast, so I had to leave my daughter with my parents, and after we went to the pediatrician, they essentially took me alone into a private room to say, this is what we think your son has.
You know, when you are told your child has leukemia, your first reaction is, well, let me go get a second opinion. And there is no time for a second opinion. You literally, the clock starts ticking then, and you need to just go. You pack a bag and you get on the road and you go to where you need to go. And you show up with the bare minimum.
I remember a lot of things, but with Circle of Care, it was one of the first things that sort of appeared when they moved us to a room was this, beige and purple bag, full of, shampoo and toothpaste and like a book to sort of write down like doctors' names and just things to sort of help get you on this path.
As soon as he was diagnosed and we were in Yale, we stayed there for 16 straight days. He was admitted, he wasn't able to go home. And that night we're getting all situated in the hospital room. And my husband goes, well, what are we gonna do about all our stuff? And then there's this package, Circle of Care, huge, awesome canvas bag that my kids keep stealing from me. And it had all this stuff. You'd be surprised how grateful you are for a toothbrush.
When your child has cancer, it's one of the most isolating things that you can experience. But organizations like Circle of Care are set up to help people in a way that people who go through these experiences don't even understand they need to be helped.
Having someone who's been there to kind of guide you through is a huge thing. It's something I hope no parent ever experiences, but it's different when it's your child, and knowing, being able to talk to people who have done it, or who have gone through that same thing themselves, or people who have helped other people through it is certainly a blessing.
My social worker kept on kind of telling me, if you ever need help, there's Circle of Care. And I was like, okay. And then did the paperwork, sent it, and suddenly, I got a letter that, this bill has been paid and this mortgage has been paid. I'm like, oh my goodness, that was just such a grateful. I was like, okay, I have one less thing to worry about. When you have a child diagnosed with cancer, you don't know that you have to be in the hospital for I don't know how long. In my case, 1 year. So everything else kind of pauses. So there's this kind of helper, like an angel who comes and does something for you.
My daughter asked if her room or our den could be redone so she would have a place to hang out, because she knew she would be immune suppressed and that she wouldn't be able to do social things the way any other high school student would be able to have social interaction at other people's houses, at parties. And so Art from the Heart was this huge gift into our lives. They had a vision that we totally lacked, and they had the resources that transformed that room into a place where my daughter was ecstatic.
Well, Art from the Heart just
absolutely
finished my new room,
ecstatic.
And I want you to come visit so I can thank you in person and you can see my gorgeous new room.
Circle of Care was a very important source of support when we were so isolated by our experience. Just knowing that there were other people out there that completely understood, that had had treatment at the same facility, whose children had gone through the same kinds of treatment, it was invaluable.
When I think of Circle of Care, I think of where the hospitals and where the social workers leave off, they pick up. There's a lot of resources that are provided to you at the hospital, but there are things that extend beyond that. And I think Circle of Care fills that gap for people.
I guess I would say that Circle of Care, and I don't generally speak this way, but I sort of see Circle of Care as Angels of Mercy. They're the right people at the right place at the right time in something that no parent should have to go through.